I accidentally basically had my volume off. And what I was trying to say in that video is I feel like school is not meant for people like me, for artist people. Because in certain schools, you only basically have like a few days of going to classes. And like you don't have colleges that meant for autistic people or are not fit for autistic people. You don't even have middle schools that's supposed to help all people help basically zero people. It basically helps no one. You basically learn something and then afterwards they just give you a pat on the back and say, yeah, this is your reward, or basically a paper with your name and your grades on it, thinking that will help you in life. It don't. Even jobs don't help you in life. Like, here and there, but like, you can't make no money off of no paper. And when you get a job, it's basically pointless to get a job because certain jobs don't fill your needs or requirements. If you're a boss, you should understand this. First comes food. Second comes livelihood. Thirdly comes actually making sure they are well taken care of in both relationship and both. Having a job and going to school is like a relationship. It takes two to tangle, but schools are not seen as that. Schools are not seen as it takes two to tango. They think it takes one to tango instead of two, which I think is dumb. Think about it. It takes two to tango always. That's what I was trying to say earlier, but literally my voice recording messed up and literally y'all couldn't hear me because it was so quiet. So I make sure that my voice quality is like high now to a point where it's not zero, and I'm using a bad editor. I don't have no one to edit my videos, of course, and I try to not check on my videos when I have to, and I don't know how to edit at all. So legit, y'all just getting the almost full brunt of my videos. And when you do edit a video, it's not like it's always going to be the best quality of videos. Even people who edit it knows that videos don't come out being the best, 100% cleanest cut videos. Apple phones are better at like recording videos and editing because Apple was one of the first video like recording apps and the first like phones, because legit Apple products was like the first like things that was like helping you edit and coming up with editing softwares, because they had movie directors and such who needed a way to cut, post, credit, edit it, and all that stuff while keeping the old product, while keeping some of the original product that they taken out of the thing. So what Apple had done was help out everybody by creating a software which helps edit and create video content. This game is good, but it's like, man, It's sort of like free time while you bored situation type game. I'm gonna give you games where I'm not gonna be talking a lot. I'm gonna give you games where I'm gonna be talking a lot about the game, as well. I'm gonna give you games where I'm going to discuss problems about the world societies. I am autistic. I can't read. I'm not good at writing. I'm not good at none of that stuff. So I'm not gonna look through it. I'm not gonna look through like y'all talking about me. I'm not gonna look through all that stuff. Because literally, what's the point if I can't read? The only way I'm gonna do that is basically have like my guardian check on it, or have my girlfriend check on it. I understand people who want to be in a relationship with their girlfriends, boyfriends, or significant others. I'm not going to be sexually biased, but don't be tempted by the sexual pleasure of the opposite gender or the same gender. Gender equality is important. Understand that. A woman don't need no man, and a man don't need no woman. That was crazy weird, but what I'm saying is a man don't need no woman, and a woman don't need no man all the time. It's not like a woman needs a man, unless you're talking about having kids. Raising kids is a whole nother aspect. Sometimes, yeah, to show a kid what to do and what not to do. Yeah, having a father figure to show what not to do and what to do can be a great aspect. And women need to know that not all kids need to be raised up in an abusive household. And sometimes when your kid sees you getting abused and you standing up for it, sometimes that can make the kid think that it's okay to abuse women. It's okay to treat women unkindly and unfairly because they can take the brunt of it. Not always. Women can take the brunt sometimes, but like literally, not all women are one and the same. Just like not all humanity is not all the same. Not all of us are built the same. We have different blood genomes and all that other stuff. So we're not all built the same fully. Yeah, we probably have most of the same history, family history. Would that count as, if someone was dating a person? I have a question. If someone was dating a person and, and they and they both would think about getting married, and they both have like an ancient ancestors of them are the same. They have the same ancient ancestors. When I'm talking about the same ancient ancestors, this person came from like the Romans days and periods, like that time period, like almost ancient Egypt time period. Would this still count as incest? I think not, because really that's like a far distant relative, and the idea I'm trying to say is that's not incest, because Lou, that's long distance, and that wouldn't make y'all even family members. That would make y'all somewhat family members, but far enough family. possibility that most people, we all just cells, so we are just cells and organisms, correct? We are just atoms. Atoms don't die. People don't die physically, which means that there's a main cell as well as a smaller other few cells, if you think about it. Yes, there are main cells and a small few other cells to keep the body running. And these main cells and the small few other cells make sure that the body is running tightly in a neat and nice organization. This is just a downtime game, but I'm not using it for downtime. And you know your phone is bad for to look at while you're trying to sleep. Your phone is bad to look at while you're trying to sleep, as well as like tablets and other stuff. It's bad to look at while you're trying to sleep. Yes, I got finally a larger magnet, a larger radius. I don't actually have to check on phone and then afterwards I could just see them and then just basically grab stuff. See, grab. And there's trash cans all around. I didn't even notice that. But if you have any extra, there's trash cans around so you can basically throw away at any realm that you want to. This is not like a buildable base, it's already built for you. But the game, like creators, basically is you over by saying, oh, you can do this by yourself. No. I want to build it by myself, by hand, sometimes. That's how people feel when it comes to games, and afterwards they just play the game and they be like, yeah. I like games, I like gaming, I like playing games. In this game, I don't know if we're selling money or are we getting free tips. If they tips, it's understandable. And some of this money been sitting around for almost years for them, but days for us. I know it's been like a long time since I created a YouTube video. The first one was like my first like real YouTube video. I'm like trying to create content. I'm going to try to create some more random content, like random enough where I am doing it. I do have school. I'm out of high school, which means I'm basically in college. I'm in an artistic type college. Which artistic type college is? We don't have no schools. No artistic person have a school. All schools are one size fit all. But for me and the perspective of other artistic people, that stuff can fly out the window like frisbees, and it can fly out the freaking windows like frisbees, and it can fly out the windows like other people's thoughts, other people's minds, other people's grinds, other people's lines of grinds. It's like food. Everybody don't have the same taste of food. Like, literally, some people might like sausage pizza more than cheese. Some people might like pepperoni pizza more than other people like sausage. You do have people who like pepperoni more than like sausage. It's understandable. I like sausage pizza, but pepperoni, no. I'm real picky when it comes to eating. And school isn't one size fit all. For me, that's not gonna work because I like to ask questions. I like to get into the dark nit and gritty of things. Math is hard for me somewhat because they give you math that you basically not gonna use unless you go into college for like some freaking for doctorates or something like that, or something like of that level. Like, literally, I'm not going to college. If I am going to college, I am going to one of those colleges that basically helps out. I'm not going to a freaking college level and be like, oh, I have a job. I don't want to freaking have a job that I can quit. I want to have a job that is simple, easy, and basically workable. Oh yeah, I heard that if you have if you jobs don't have to ask if you need a personal assistant, but it's better when you a person that's not autistic but needs like extra help. Tell your like boss, colleagues, or anyone that you might need extra help, medically or not medically. Sometimes they can guess if you need extra help. If you're a person who can't walk easily. Like, if you're a person who can't walk easily, they can see, oh, you need help walking around. So they can basically give you advantages of, like, getting a elevator. Or if your bones are very easily tempted to break. You do have autistic people whose body is willing to break easily. Or autistic people that can hear, but can hear only like hush, hush, quiet noises. Like, not all autistic people have talents. You do have some autistic people that don't have talents at all. You do have some autistic people who have talents of noting creativity things, or the smallest of details. I noticed that most people don't like movies. When you hear a movie coming out years before the movie comes out, it basically leaves a bummer on you. Or when you meet one of your favorite actors, It leaves upon you because you have high hopes. Well, me, I don't have high hopes. I try not to. The only reason why I try not to and see the bad things and everything is so I won't have a high point of view of everything. Because if you have high hopes, that can all collapse in 1 second. While having low hopes cannot collapse in 1 second. And giving a good outlook on life, giving a bad outlook on life can actually be good for you. While giving too much of a good look on life can lead to bad situations. Like how Marvel is doing. It's not doing that good. Because the person creating the Marvel Universe is messing it up by automatically telling us what they creating years before they create it. And then afterwards, held back schedules and other stuff like that. My stuff like that happening, it's just gonna make the Marvel Universe basically automatically become, say with me kids, flop. It's gonna become an all-time flop. And it's gonna be somewhat good for certain people to back out. And by them having like one person actually trying to create the Marvel Universe, inevitably it would end up being a total entire flop and a total entire waste of money. What they need to do is stop telling us what's gonna happen before it happens. Like, they didn't know that they was doing like an Iron Man movie until like that stuff actually came out, and then afterwards people didn't know about it until it basically came out, and people like that stuff was good because literally people was like, why can't we have this? Why can't we have this? And then afterwards people actually, like, without the Iron Man movie, without Tony Stark and that stuff becoming realistic, most people's mindset would still be in Ooga Booga caveman age. We only have a, we only have this, and without YouTube and stuff like, and without YouTube, we basically be in our caveman age, or what we thought as caveman age. Where we only had Apple phones and Apple like computers, realistically, or computers that actually counted as Apple, since they was made by Apple themselves, the company who bought out the companies of their rivals, and basically put their label on the back of them to just basically give the middle fingers to their former competitors, saying a big 1-2, and basically showing off to their rivals that they own the company now. And it's a smarter move by Jeff Bezos and like, I mean, it's a smarter move by Elon Musk and it's gonna be a smarter move for Jeff Bezos to live in a tiny house. Why? Why it's gonna be a little bit of a smaller move is because you can move everywhere without having to worry about your house being easily damaged. And if your house is damaged, you can basically just rebuild it and move somewhere else. Wow. And you can create a bunker anywhere you want. That's why people want tiny houses. because they always think about the apocalypse. Because of movies, we always think about the apocalypse. And it's a good thing and a bad thing. Because we always thinking about the apocalypse, so we always trying to plan out just in case something like it happens. By us planning, we always think about the future outcomes of our actions. And without YouTube, we wouldn't have a site to actually talk about it. We do have sites, but most of them are basically adulterated and not for mature audiences. And some of them are becoming not for young audiences. And they was supposed to be for young audiences. But literally, either the creators, and no country is the best country, because countries have rules that basically dominate over one another to help out their citizens, as well as to make the country look worse into their citizens' eyes. Yeah, we in America, we have a whole bunch of those rules that makes us look worse in other countries' eyes. Like in China, Korea, they have some good rules, but lately, some of their rules basically, we Americans wouldn't last long there. Like literally, some of the rules, we more likely Americans wouldn't last long there. We Chinese and Koreans, nah. Some of y'all will last longer here than I try normal houses. In the past, we wouldn't last long at all. With me, I wouldn't have last long. If we went to the 70s and 60s, I would more likely balled up crying to death. And some of the 70s and 60s would have last longer here, but last longer. And you probably have other people from other dimensions, which is a whole nother other thing, but I will talk about later. So I'm going to finish off right here. Good morning, good evening, good night, and see y'all later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.